Hey Wolfpack, welcome to Eunoia where we keep it real. Eunoia is a place where we dive into everyday topics with the intent of finding a deeper understanding of life, purpose, and establishing Eunoia. It's your host and spiritual mentor, Sable Danielle. Thank you for tuning in to my first episode of my podcast, Eunoia. Today is a very special day for me because I have been secretly working on this for a while and I'm finally premiering my baby, my podcast titled Eunoia. Eunoia means beautiful thinking in Greek. It's a perfect word to depict what this podcast is about. Beautiful thinking. A beautiful life starts with a beautiful mind. It's not just a quick fix, it truly is a lifestyle. This is super important to me because for a long time I struggled with my thinking. I didn't embrace the idea of beautiful thinking and life was miserable. Every aspect, home life, work life, and my relationships were strained. The only true enjoyment I got was from music, the gym, and my dogs. However, once I did embrace Eunoia, my entire life changed for the better. I realized just how important my thoughts are and how it truly is imperative to think beautifully, and that's what I want my brand to represent. Embrace your beautiful mind to achieve your beautiful life. I want to share that with the world because I believe that the more people embrace Eunoia, the more peaceful the world and life can become. And honestly, I really just want to see everybody genuinely happy, genuinely winning, and genuinely free. Premiering on February 22nd, 2020 is important to me because over the past couple of years, as I learned to embrace the lifestyle of Eunoia, twos have been following me. They seem to appear during significant moments of my life, and today is a significant moment of my life, so it only made sense to follow the trend. Plus, I do believe in the power of numbers and synchronicities, so why wouldn't I go with 222? Twos represent having faith to move forward on your right path. Twos represent birthing your gifts into the world and truly believing in them. And twos represent balance. I'm a Libra, so I'm all about maintaining a balanced mind and balanced life. But more importantly, this podcast represents me actively walking my path, having faith in my gifts, and sharing them with the world. To top it off, 222 just so happens to be one of my favorite songs by my favorite rap group, Flatbush Zombies. Also, I was born on the 29th, which reduces to 2, so 2s are natural for me. But I think you get the point. Let me begin by introducing myself. My name is Sable Danielle, and I'm the founder of Eunoia. I came up with the idea of starting a podcast during the summer of 2019, an idea that I kept to myself until recently. However, the internal desire to help people by sharing actually began long ago. I'm an empath. I feel a lot. I'm an observer. I like to people watch. I pay attention to how people maneuver and I try to understand it. As I browse through YouTube and scroll through social media, regularly I see posts related to anxiety, depression, or filled with negativity, and it bothers me. Mac Miller, Summer Walker, Taraji P. Henson, Joey Badass, and Andre 3000 are a few celebrities who have opened up about different aspects of mental health. I also see it every day as I walk the streets of Oakland or ride the BART to work. I hear people talking about it in passing. See people reading about it or actually living it. People that I am close to have mentioned going through similar feelings one way or another. I noticed a trend. Everyone experiences the same emotions and everyone is typically ashamed of or embarrassed to have experienced it. And the feeling of lack and unhappiness is much more common than I had realized. So I asked myself, how can I help people feel more comfortable with discomfort? How can I help normalize mental health? How can I help spread happiness and positivity? How can I help people find fulfillment within themselves? This is important to me, like to my core. I personally have experienced dealing with these types of emotions. I've dealt with feeling the guilt and judgment of not being happy, being in a shitty, toxic relationship, and hating the day before I even got out of bed. I've avoided my family and close friends because isolation feels better than talking about things or being around people. I also remember the guilt I felt for feeling this way and doing these things. It's a terrible feeling that I wouldn't wish on anybody. So I'm here to be light for people who may be wrapped up in darkness. I'm here to help guide people to their own Eunoia by sharing my struggles and journey, by letting people know it's okay to not always feel okay. Now, here I am, a 32-year-old dog mom, sharing pieces of my life with you. I spent the last decade of my life in toxic relationships, one in particular that truly affected every aspect of my life and my being. Through the pain and struggles that I've faced over the years, I learned a lot of lessons in some pretty rough ways. I struggled in silence, and it taught me the importance of mental health, knowing myself, living through my authenticity, setting boundaries, and the power of one's mind. As I reflect, I feel like I gained a lot of wisdom through my experiences, wisdom that should be shared. I feel like it's important for me to share because I endured my pain by myself and I know how hard it was. I was embarrassed and ashamed to be where I was, feeling what I was feeling, and I was too afraid of judgments and disappointing people to open up about it. I realize now that although my experience may differ from others, the emotions are generally the same. Everyone in the world experiences negative emotions, failures, and has fears, so there's no need to be ashamed of it. We all go through shitty things, we just handle them differently. Some people can separate themselves from those situations and emotions without a heavy impact. Some people get stuck in a negative experience and spiral out of control. I got stuck in my negative experience and I spiraled. I'm here to help people avoid spiraling or to help people find their way out. When you're in it, from my experience, it feels like there's nothing left to do but spiral. There's no way out, there's no consistent hope to grab onto, just the obvious emotion and thought of being trapped in this negative energy bubble. But there is hope. There is a way out, and I'm proof of that. I'm here to share how I got out of the spiral. I'm here to share tips, provide hope, and ways to regain balance and control for those who feel like they need it. I'm here for all of the people in a toxic relationship who can't seem to find their way out. I'm here for the people who have experienced bouts of depression, the people who struggle to find consistent happiness. I'm here for the people who never quite felt like they fit in. I am here to help normalize topics surrounding mental health and spirituality. I'm here to provide guidance to people who resonate with what I share. I'm here to be a voice for the people who need one. I'm here to plant seeds of positivity. It means a lot to me to be vulnerable and share my wisdom. It's actually very personal to me now. I've always wanted to help. I've wanted to share and find ways to spread love and positivity in a world that seems too easily caught up in the negatives and unbalanced emotions of things. But this became much more personal after a tragedy struck my family a few months ago. I never got to share my wisdom with the number one person I wish I would have shared with. I was scared to speak my truth, and to be honest, I still am. However, if I can save a life or reduce the struggles that someone is going through, then I'll swallow my fears and share because this is bigger than me. If you already follow me on Instagram, you should know by now that music has played and continues to play a huge role in my journey. Nipsey Hussle is one of my favorite rappers. His lyrics are very meaningful to me. He has a song titled Bigger Than Life. The entire song is amazing, but one piece of the song stands out. Life is what you make it. I hope you make a movement. Hope your opportunities survive the opportunists. Hoping as you walk across the sand you see my shoe print and you follow till it change your life cause it's all evolution. And I hope you find your passion cause I found mine in this music. But I hope it's not material cause that's all an illusion. I couldn't find better words for how I feel about embracing this journey, sharing and healing through my authenticity. I'm here to help others find happiness. As I've previously shared on my Instagram at Sable.Danielle29, I've spent a lot of time in isolation over the past 2 years, strictly working on myself, trying to understand myself through introspection, why I went through certain events in my life, why I endured certain things, reflecting and trying to find a deeper, more fulfilling purpose in life. Throughout this season, we will discuss several different topics, including self-awareness, accountability, the power of your mind, perspectives, fear, and ego. At some point, I will share my story regarding my rock bottom. I think it's important to talk about so that you all can understand the depth of my lows and lessons compared to where I'm at now, me with my new mindset, not trapped in the shitty spiral, but genuinely happy and fulfilled with myself. I'd still be stuck in that spiral had I not taken the time to dive deeper within myself. Work on my mental strength and emotional intelligence. We have a lot more power over our lives, our minds, our moods than we like to admit. I went through those dark lessons and isolations not only for myself, but I've realized I'm here to share those details with the world in hopes that people can learn from me without having to feel as low as I felt and screw their life up as much as I did. Please continue to tap in and share if my message resonates. I hope you enjoy the upcoming season. Hit that subscribe button if you're intrigued. New episodes will be released every Wednesday. Peace and love, Sable Danielle.